All right, y'all, so this is gonna be our first example of using our kinematics equations. You should have learned how to derive them last night in your homework or maybe in class. And so these are the three basic kinematic equations that we use in AP Physics. You'll notice that they're somewhat similar to the SUVOT if you've learned SUVOT before. In SUVOT, they use U for the initial velocity instead of the V naught. The other thing that AP Physics does is they often put the little subscript X there. That is to remind you that you can only work in one component at a time. So you can deal with horizontal, which would be X, or you can switch these and you can do everything vertically. And that will be really important when we get into two-dimensional kinematics very, very soon. But for now, just recognize that that means one dimension at a time, straight line, okay? The other thing that may be a little different if you're used to SUVOT is that SUVOT uses the S for displacement. In AP Physics, we use an X and an X naught. So X is the final position, X naught is the initial position, and X minus X naught is your displacement, okay? And so that's like right here. In SUVOT, it would be V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. Here, we just use X minus X naught. So it gives us a little bit more flexibility in identifying those positions. Sometimes if we don't know one of those positions, then it makes it a little bit easier to find that unknown instead of having to just deal with displacement and then use it later. Okay, it's all the same. It's the same physics, the same kinematics. You would derive it or solve for it in basically exactly the same way. Okay, the example that we're looking at here, this will be our first one, is a car initially is traveling on a straight highway at 15 meters per second, and it accelerates with a constant acceleration of 2 meters per second squared. The questions are, what is the velocity of the car at 5 seconds, and what distance has the car traveled in that time? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just work straight through this one. We're gonna start with letter A. The first thing that I would do, especially as you're starting out, is take the time to write out the table. Okay? So we've got X naught and X, initial position, final position. V naught and V, initial velocity, final velocity. A and T. And so we're gonna figure out what information do we have? What do we know from the beginning? Well, we don't really have much about the position. We are initially traveling on a straight highway. I'm going to go ahead and just say my initial position is 0. Therefore, my final position will be the displacement of my car, my final initial. So we'll go ahead and put 0 for the initial. The initial velocity I'm given, right? That's that 15. So I'm going to go ahead and put 15 meters per second for my initial velocity. My final velocity, I don't know, so I'm going to leave it blank for now. The acceleration it gives me is 2 meters per second squared. And then the time, well, in part A, it's asking for some information at 5 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5.0 seconds. Now, from there, let's go ahead and see if we can solve. So the first question is asking for what is the velocity of the car at 5 seconds. So it's actually asking for this. So I'm going to put a V there to remind me that that's what I'm looking for. Now, as I decide on which equation to use, there's two things that are important. What do I have? What don't I have? What do I have is going to help me find what I need. So I need V, so I definitely need an equation that has that V in it. And as I'm looking, I notice that this has V, that has V, this does not. This has the V naught, but it doesn't have V. So I'm not going to be using this equation. I'm going to be using one of those two. The second thing that's important is what do I not have? Well, I don't have X. So I'd prefer not to use an equation that has X in it. So as I look at the two remaining ones, I see this one has X, so I'm not going to use that one. So chances are, this is my baby. This is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to rewrite it for part A. I'm going to go V equals V naught plus AT. And you'll notice I didn't include the X's. I know this is a horizontal straight line, so I don't need to indicate that. I don't have any two-dimensional things going on. Okay, I can go ahead. V is just V. V naught is 15. A is 2. And then the time was 5 seconds. I put all that together, and I get 15 plus 10, and I get V equals 25 meters per second. Now, you'll notice that in the question, I didn't actually include any of my units. That's fine, okay? If we're looking at a question and everything is in SI, if it's in that fundamental units or derived directly from that, SI, MS, seconds, right? All of those are SI, the base SI unit. Then my final answer will be in the base SI unit. And so when I'm writing my information here, I'm going to make sure it's in SI. And if it is, then I don't have to worry about the units in my question. The final answer will be in SI. All right? Now, let's try letter B. So letter B says, what distance has the car traveled in that time? So actually, I have a new piece of information here. I can actually replace the V with 25 meters per second. All right, so now it's asking me for the distance, and the distance is this one right here. So now I am looking for x, so I need an equation that has x in it. I actually have all of the other information, so as long as I choose an equation that has x in it, I'm going to be able to answer this question. So don't use that one. That doesn't have x. That's not going to give us what we need. So it's going to be one of these two. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one because it looks like maybe it's going to be a little bit easier to solve. And so I'm going to go with x equals x naught plus v naught t plus 1/2 a t squared. X equals 0 plus initial velocity, which was 15, times the time, which is 5, plus 1/2 times the acceleration, which was 2, times the time, which is 5 squared. And you'll notice that I actually took the time to write out the equation. If I take the time to write out the equation, it is very unlikely I'm going to forget things like the squared or the x naught or whatever. So please take the time. It's not going to take you more than 10 seconds to write down the equation, but it will save you quite a bit of hassle at the end. Okay? And may save your answer. So now we just do the math. We put all that together. So I'm going to go 15 times 5, which is 75. And then we'll add that on. 2.5 times 2 times 25. And my final answer is 100. And again, all SI units, so my final answer is in SI. There you go. Not too bad, right? Okay, let's come with me. Let's watch another video. We'll do another one. We'll see you next time.